I was born on the Scrabo Road, 1941, the 5th of April to be precise. And then I joined the club over 60 years ago, and I've been here ever since. I was walking down the front of the hill one day, and I think I was about 10, and I put my foot in a rabbit hole. Over I went and broke this wrist. I remember having to go to hospital to get my wrist put in plaster, and everybody signing their name on it, you know, which was a thing at the time, you know.
Remember the first time you played golf here? Do you remember the first round?
I do. Yes, I do remember the first time. Strangely enough, a chap that owned a little shop in Eden Ards invited me up to play. And I often regretted it, saying to myself, why on earth did I ever come to this golf course? Because as an absolute beginner, it was murdering me.
I'm from about 5 miles that sort of a way. So this was an area I was familiar with as a kid, but it is one of those little hidden gems just off the beaten track that I think more people need to know about. And there's plenty of those in Northern Ireland, to be honest with you.
What you got to bear in mind, when they got this piece of land in 1907, this was all covered in whins. They had no equipment, no diggers or anything in those days. It was all done by hand.
Was down to 2 men cutting this course at one stage, but we're still able to keep it playable and looking good. When we get the snow very deep, and there's been times there where it's been up over your knees in certain areas, but it's not too bad. But the problem up here is the wind.
So a lot of the links courses that I've played, especially over in Scotland, they like to sort of ease you in nice and gently with a few sort of nice, gentle opening holes. None of that at Scrabo. Over 400 yards, uphill, narrow fairway, gorse both sides, and a tiny wee green up there. But I've got a good drive away, so let's give it a whirl. Whoa! This is some hole, isn't it, by the way? I mean, that's that size of green after 420 yards. Pushed it.
We were graced by having 4 billy goats on the course, and you just did not want to go too close to them because they would have maybe taken a dislike to you.
Well, yes, one of the stories was the goats were used here to keep the grass down, and one of the last goats was chased over the quarry over at the 5th by a dog, and that was the last goat that was here. That's one of the stories I've heard as well.
The like of the 13th hole, on a clear day, on a good summer's day, you'd maybe hit an 8 iron down to it. But on a bad day, if the wind is blowing into you, you may have to take your driver on occasions.
So the 16th at Royal Portrush is their signature hole, Calamity Corner, and the 16th here at Scrabo's their signature hole, I suppose, as well, Killynether Heights. And uphill, par 4, got to get a good tee shot away, and then there's a blind second shot to this green that you don't really even see the green until you're actually on it.
Yes, the 16th, Heartbreak Hill, of course it is. Our Heart Attack Hill is more like it. Quite a daunting task, that getting onto 16 in 2 shots.
There's quite a lot of in-house societies, but I remember a society, the oldest one in the club, called the Early Birds. And it obviously got its name because we went out at 8 o'clock every Sunday morning. And they have been a lifeline to me. I think I said to you, I lost my wife in July there, and I got back up here for 2 years. I was looking after, and the guys have been great to me, and it's helped me get back here, and this is helping too.
So you can have your perfectly beautifully manicured courses where The fairways are cut with a pair of scissors, but I just love this. Like this heather, nothing better than it. Just rough, ragged, exactly as nature intended. It's glorious. I think one of the saddest things about Northern Ireland is that its biggest export is its people, really. And you know, a lot of people feel it's such a small place, they need to spread their wings, they need to fly the nest. And I left here at the age of 18, realistically, when I was being driven to Belfast Airport by my parents to head off to university. I kind of knew that that was it, I was never going to be back here again. But it is just so beautiful, and I mean, anybody who comes here finds a country that is breathtaking and real, and the people that are warm and welcoming. And we just want to showcase our country to the world, because it's just such a great wee place.
You come to Scrabo as a stranger, but you leave as a friend. And this is the way we treat people. We'll love to see them coming up. We'll love to hear them say they've really enjoyed the course and they come back again.
Hit a beauty down 18. Let's see if we can finish with a birdie. When I was a student, I used to travel a fair bit, and this is going back 20 years now, and I'd bump into people from all corners of the world, and they'd hear the accent, they'd say, oh, where are you from? And I'd say, oh, I'm from Ireland. Oh, yeah, I've been to Ireland. I'd say, well, whereabouts you been? And they'd say, oh, well, you know, I've been to Dublin, I've been to Cork, and we did the Ring of Kerry, went to Galway. And I was like, well, what about the North? Do you ever go to Northern Ireland? Oh, no, I wouldn't go to Northern Ireland because, you know, the trouble and all that. And it had this sort of, you know, no-go zone reputation. People just didn't consider Northern Ireland a tourist destination at all. And I think that is something that has changed in those intervening couple of decades. And I think the main catalyst for that change has been golf. We've got to go and play Royal Portrush, I've got to play Royal County Down. Well, yeah, you do, and you should always try to play those stunning links golf courses. They're two of the best courses in the world. But just around the corner is this place where for not an awful lot of money, you can have an incredible experience and you'll get a warm welcome. You'll be able to enjoy a pint in the clubhouse afterwards, but you'll experience a course that is unique and has character, and every hole feels a bit different, and it's quirky and it's stunning and it's breathtaking, and that's Northern Ireland in a nutshell.